Hi, happy hump day, everybody. It is Wednesday, and so we are hanging out to do rock stuff. Let's see, my life is a disaster, so let me get caught up here. Good thing no one's here. Oh, there is one like, though. Let's see. Might be my own. Let's see. Lives. There it is. All right. And Rufo's here. Awesome. And he's doing the drudgerous editing, but drudgerous editing equals awesome videos. So glad you're here, Rufo. Happy Wednesday. And cheers. Oh, yeah, my life is like literally a wreck right now. Because, you know, the kids did the bomb thing. Hey, Oz. It's an awesome Wednesday now that Oz is here, everyone. And Andrew's here too. Hey, Ryan. Good morning or afternoon to everybody, wherever you are. Oh, Rufo. Oh, Rufo. I hope you are getting good video for us. Hey, Squirrel. It's been a minute. Welcome. Rufo says he's in Utah, sitting in Utah, about to drive up the canyon in a minute. Like I say, I hope he's getting good video. Hey, Tiger Eye. I always like to start things off with a feel-good story. I've got several today. I've got lots today. As much as, like, you know, remember, we literally had a bomb detonate in our living room the other day. So stuff's a little disheveled and crazy, but still life is good. So we took Grayson rock hounding with us. That was a lot of fun. He's, you know, I mean, everybody's a neighbor kid in this town because this town's only like, you know, 6 blocks big in either direction, if that. So he's just the neighbor kid. I've went rock hounding with him before when we met up at the kid's grandma's branding, and I was like, I want to go wander around and look for rocks. And the kids were like, can I go too? And I was like, yeah, definitely. So I took a whole herd of them out rock hounding, and he was one. I had a lot of fun with him that time. He found a really beautiful piece of petwood, and I was like, you know, I'm going to have to drown you down there in that little creek and leave you if you don't quit, you know, finding all the real good stuff. And he was laughing and thought that was great. You know, he gets that sense of humor. He's old enough to get it. So I was getting ready to head out the other day. It was a nice day. I'd asked my kid if he wanted to go, and he's like, yeah, we're going to work on our fort before my buddy leaves on vacation. And I was like, that's fair enough. I don't want to mess up your fort work. So I was getting ready to leave, and I thought I should go ask Grayson if he wants to go. So I stopped and messaged his mom, and she was like, he would love to go. So took him out, and when I got home and posted the video, I shared it with him and his mom, you know, because I'm not even sure if Grayson has a YouTube. Let's hope he doesn't, in fact. So I shared it with her, and she was like, you know, thank you so much for taking him out and sharing your knowledge with him. And my reply was, he actually knows a lot. Like, he knew that there were little squid fossils. He knows the difference between, you know, quartz and a few other rocks. I mean, he does have a little to learn, but what kid at his age doesn't? I mean, but it won't be long, and he'll be teaching me things, I promise. So, hey, Moi and Jennifer, I missed you guys coming in. Good morning. So I was just deeply tickled. She was like, you know, he had a blast. Thanks for sharing with him. And I think the other way around. Thanks for sharing him with me. It was a lot of fun. And I hope we get to do it again. So yeah, that was cool. What else has happened that was awesome and cool? The kids went for a hike and came back with some fluorite. As you guys saw, my youngest son hijacked my YouTube. In fact, you should come over here and talk about that just a little bit if you can part yourself from your button mashing.
What's to talk about?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's spelled gray or gray. I'm really not sure how we spell Grayson. Okay, so
That's a good
pull
point.
up the chair for a minute. Is it an E or an A? I don't know.
I believe it's A.
I believe it's an A as well, but I don't know why I believe that.
I think I've seen it spelled.
So,
Oh, it's the pillow.
I was at work, and someone here hijacked my YouTube. And his video starts out, so, my mom's at work right now, but that's okay, because I'm here, because he's such a good dude, right? Okay, tell me a little bit about that, because you were over here, like, using my other phone, and you were, like, deleting notifications before I got them on my other phone, and tell me a little about how sneaky this was.
So, to ensure top secrecy, what I did is I went on her phone that she gave me to record the cave adventure, and I hopped on her messenger. So I sent the videos to her phone through Messenger as I was on Messenger on her phone, so she wouldn't get any notifications. You can't see my finger pointing at her.
Yeah.
So then I edited it on CapCut, and then I posted it to her YouTube because I couldn't do that from my phone.
Right. Do you see how sneaky that was? Like, well played, sir. Well played. Well played. So I literally was getting off work the other day, and I was like, wait a minute, what is this? This is a video about fluorite that I posted? Like, wait a minute. And I watched it, and I actually was really impressed. He did a darn good job, you guys. I thought he did really good. He had good information, and I'll be honest with you guys. When I looked at those rocks, I was like, are you sure that's fluorite? Are you sure that's fluorite? And time out, because I wanted to say hi to Sharon and Jackson. Sharon, good morning. And I thought somebody else popped in. Oh, Jennifer, did I say hello to you? If I'm saying hi twice, then that's all right too. But yes, hello. So he had his facts really right, but I was like, gosh, are you sure that's fluorite? Because I mean, it's kind of grainy, and all the fluorite that I've ever seen is more crystally. And he's like, Mom, I mean, I wish I could find my book. Where's my Sweetgrass Hills book? I don't know where it went. When we were reading about the marble and things like that out of my book of local stuff, and we talked about all those really great geologists who were in this area and how, like, they knew their stuff. They talk about in my book finding fluorite up there right where he was at. And they talk about how it'll even get like a black color, almost a black color, that it's so dark, and when it weathers, it gets so dark purple that it almost turns black. And so I'm looking at some of this, and it sure is dark purple, like really dark purple. You know, and of course, the first thing I want to do is see if it fluoresces under UV, and it kind of does. There's parts of it that do, and parts of it that kind of don't as much. So I'm just like, are we really sure? I mean, I want to be really sure that this is fluorite. And I look in my rock identification book, and it looks like other things a little bit. But I'm reading, and I'm like, okay, you know, it should be a metamorphosed limestone, which clearly we're an ancient seabed here where there's tons of limestone, and metamorphosed by heat, which again, our hills are volcanic in nature. So that really doesn't surprise me. That actually makes sense. He pulls up a Google Earth map of right where he was, and he's like, Mom, there's like old abandoned fluorite mines right here and stuff. Like, so he did his duty and looked and did the research and was like, this is fluorite, it's got to be fluorite, it's the only thing it could be. He's really right, you know. But there's nothing wrong with going back and just checking other possibilities and seeing. I mean, there's learning to be done in that too, and rather than just, oh, that's fluorite, you know. I did learn about some other stuff, and I kind of learned about how fluorite is the creation of fluorite. So I learned some things too by my kid making a video. What a cool kid, huh? Let's see. There was some stuff I wanted to address here in the chat. Sharon found a quartz crystal rock a few days ago, and it's gorgeous. Congratulations, Sharon. Also, Rufo said he's not doing as much video making today. And I totally missed it because he was super sneaky. Yes, Rufo. And thank you, Rufo, for sharing that out on the Discord. Yeah, these both these kids. Well, you know, the kids do a trip, and Grayson was telling me about this when we were out rock hounding, that there's some property just outside of town. Karen's here. Hey, cheers, Karen. All the kids, what grade were you guys in when you do that field trip? Do you remember?
Field trip to where?
To the fossils.
Fourth.
4th grade. That's a great age to be getting kids at. They're just thrilled about fossils and stuff in like 4th grade, right? So they literally can walk from the school just outside of town to this property. Bear's here too. Hey, Bear. And moi. So they walk out, they do a little fossil digging, and Joseph's here. Good morning, lava bison. And it just hooks these kids. They come back with their own fossils. They get to keep them. And so like I say, I've got Grayson out there and he's telling me, well, we walked out and I found this fossil and I found that fossil. And he knows a little bit about some of our fossils, our local fossils. And so these kids aren't completely oblivious. Like I say, we're getting them. We're getting them young. We're getting them at 4th grade when they're into dinosaurs and rocks and things like that. And I want to say that's about when we started getting into rocks here, is when my kid came home and was like, dino bones and fossils and rocks. And I was like, and meteorites too. So, yeah, it's great to kind of, get that next generation and get them into rocks. You get them into rocks and they don't have time to do anything other than rocks, right? Which reminds me, can we turn this on? Did it get enough charge? Maybe. So there's been a vandalism. I don't like to talk about things like this, but it happened like this. I go out rock counting and there's people in my rock spot. Never seen people in my rock spot before. I know, connect to charger, I know. And the next time I go out, I grab my little buddy Grayson and we go together. And I want to say that this maybe even took place while me and Grayson were out rock counting. Like I say, you get your kids into rock counting and they don't have time to get in trouble. Like, I know it wasn't Grayson. I know it wasn't my kids too. They were working on their fort. Come on, just power on long enough to show us something. So, like I say, all of a sudden there's people out and about. The weather is just kind of warming up a little bit and there's people out and about. I ducked with the... No, they didn't mess with the teepee rocks, thank goodness. Yes, Rufo, exploration may be needed. Son, has your phone got a charge? This thing is just like so dead. Do you have Facebook? Can I borrow your Facebook really quick? I'm going to quit even trying. It just so dead.
What do you need?
I just need to borrow it real quick and see if we can look at Marsha's post on your phone. Yeah, whew. There's an old homestead, or was an old homestead out here. And the only thing that's been left standing is a rock chimney. And it's been there ever since I can remember. There's been a lot of like seniors who have stopped it. Are you maybe?
I'm looking it up.
Yeah. Because if not, I'll plug back in. And
it's our account.
Is it? Yeah, I don't think that you might need to be friends with her. Okay, I'll plug back in and we'll show them over here.
Okay.
Let's give it a minute. So the only thing left standing is this old stone chimney. I have no idea, honestly, how old it is. But like I say, it's been there ever since I can remember. And there's even been like, high school graduates who've done their senior pictures out there and things like that. Yeah, thank you, Chris. She said she loved your video, by the way. Yippee! No, Bear, I don't have to lie to you. I'm gonna have to tell you. All right, let's see if we've let it charge long enough now. We just need it to turn on.
Oh, I was about to ask
The
for
old
your other photos,
S9.
but
Look, that's archaic in itself, isn't it? Look, that's dang near an artifact. Remember when Topher was giving me crap? He's like, 1995 called and they want their phone back. Oh. Listen to the Opal guy spitting rhymes this morning. Do I have Facebook on this phone?
no.
I have been logging in with the Googler, haven't I? It's all dark. Can barely handle this. Because it's dead. It's gonna be alive just enough to show us what's going on up here in my neck of the woods that's just got my panties in a bunch. Like I say, it's super dark. And that's okay, because you don't need to read the words that are on there. You just need to see that there's a bunch of spray paint on this old chimney. Like I say, the only thing standing out here on the prairie. Oh, and she died. So, get your kids into rocks, and they won't have time to be doing stupid stuff like that. So, makes you kind of wonder, could a person go out and straighten that out with some muriatic acid? I use muriatic acid like that old granny uses Frank's Red Hot sauce, you know. I put that shit on everything. Oh, yeah, you saw just enough there, didn't you, squirrel, to get kind of what I'm at? Yeah, that's such a bummer. Oh my gosh, such a bummer. So, yeah. Darn it. Oh. Exactly. It was like, I can't even show you. It's so terrible. You can't even see. The S9 was like, it'll do the world a favor and just power down. Yeah, doesn't that suck, squirrel? It is sad. Yeah. Like I say, I wonder if a person couldn't fix that with some acid. Makes you wonder. If I catch the little bugger that did it, I'm going to put a glove and masks on it, a mask and gloves on him, and I'm going to make him elbow deep in muriatic acid, scrubbing that crap off. So, yeah, wouldn't you hope? Well, I mean, that's just so sad. So sad. Anyway, the prairie winds will just sandblast that sucker clean in no time, won't it? Opal guy says nature will take care of it eventually. Isn't that the truth of it? Isn't that the truth of it? Kind of bends what does not break, right? So let's get into some rocks, because we can. Seriously, you guys, my house is a mess. Like I said, there was a bomb that went off. I was all excited. The story goes like this. I came home from work. I see a broken jar out on the sidewalk, and I'm like, oh, broke a jar of rocks. No big deal. Not the first time it's happened in this house. Probably won't be the last. And I go all the way in through the house, walk all the way past all this mess, go set my stuff down in the kitchen. Joseph's in cooking dinner. Love Joseph. He cooks me dinner on Monday nights. You guys tell him he's awesome, because he is awesome. And it smells like dinner, and it's warm. It's been freezing. I was like, oh, he's running the stove, he's cooking, it's warm, it feels good, it smells good. I'm so glad to be home. And all I could think about at work, me and my coworker were like, dude, a hot bath tonight, a hot bath, and hug a mug, a hot mug. Which, by the way, cheers. And I get home and I walk right past all this into the kitchen, thank you for cooking dinner. It smells good, it feels good, but I'm excited because I put a piece of pet wood in the big saw. And I mean, it's not bad looking. It's kind of pretty, right? And I'm like, I'm going to go finish cutting that piece of pet wood. And as I, come around this corner and come over here, I see see the disaster happening over here. I see melt lines on the stove, and I start to notice some of this like melted plastic containers on top of the big saw. And I'm like, oh. I say to the kids, I'm like, did you have a little meltdown over here when you started a fire? Did you have a little meltdown? And my youngest one's like, I don't really want to talk about it. And I'm like, okay. And I kind of start sifting through. I'm going to just kind of move some of this stuff off of the saw and get into the saw and get cutting, It's our date night. It's our date night in. Exactly, right? Our Monday evening tradition. I love it. Anyway, I'm like, I'll just move some of this stuff and I'll go cut. And then as I'm moving some of this stuff, it's just like the mess is getting more and more clear. I'm noticing more and more and more and more. And I'm like, oh, crap. There was a can of spray paint on there. You know why? Because we cut Grayson's rocks when we came home from our walk. And he was tickled, delighted even by how beautiful they were. And as we washed the oil off of them and they dried, they kind of got dull. And he was like, oh. And I told him, I said, the way to do this, the right way to do this. And I showed him all the equipment is to do the, the flat lap. And I showed him how the flat lap works. And we talked about how the big cab machine works. And he looked at all the equipment, and I talked about, he's got a tumbler. And I was like, or you could put your pieces in the tumbler. That's the proper way to get them to look shiny and wet all the time. I said, but the cheater way to do it is to just pop a little coat of clear coat onto your rocks. And he decided he wanted to do that to a couple of his rocks, especially like the big end cut that, he's going to put that up on the shelf and look at it. So we clear coated a couple of his rocks, and then I came in and the clear coat was kind of sitting out here, and I was like, oh, well, I'm just going to put it up there out of sight, out of mind, and we don't have to look at it. And it's something I use, I use kind of regularly. I just clear coated the rake rack, by the way. I'd said I thought I needed to so that it didn't get rusty on any of my jewelry. So I do use the clear coat often, but yeah. There were stacks of totes. There were picture frames. There were all kinds of things on the stove. And there's a fly. Even though I had even used it but I just move everything off of there real quick. And then when we're done using it, I was putting it back. But yeah, they even admit that they thought about it. They thought about moving everything for just a minute. And then it just slipped their minds. And
well, I said that was like a couple weeks ago.
And they lit a fire. And so... like I say, I'm over here noticing more and more things. And then I'm like, was there a can of spray paint on there? And my son's like, yeah. I said, did it explode? And he said, there was an explosion, yes. And again, he's like, I don't want to talk about it. I'm like, okay. So my oldest one comes out later. And I'm like, was it loud? And he's like, yeah. He says, I could feel it in my chest. I'm glad we're all okay, but oh my gosh. Instead of setting up for today's live last night when I got off work, I was moving things and vacuum. Oh, actually, and last night, brother brought a friend up. He called and said, is the Prairie store open? And I said, yes, it is. Come on over. And so he brought a friend up. They went and romped around at one of our local spots and did, some rock hounding. And then they stopped by here and had warmed up with a cup of coffee because it's been darn cold here. So they warmed up with a cup of coffee and she grabbed some souvenirs for herself and her kids and everybody while she was here. So that was kind of fun. Got to meet brother's friend. Yeah, right, Moa. Clear coat that kid's rock. Like you said, you can always grind that clear coat off later. And like I say, I made sure he understood that's the cheater's way to do it. That's the, you know, that's not the right way to do it. But, you know, you do get to see what your rock looks like wet when you put a little clear coat on it. So, like I say, I was like, I wouldn't recommend you do it to all your rocks just in case you want to do stuff, you know, polish them in your tumbler and things. But a couple of them, why not? Does it ever get warm up yonder there? Yeah, it does. It gets downright brutal hot. Like, this place ain't for wimps. All right, yep. Sharon and Jackson, here comes some rocks. Will you grab a handful of these and bring them over?
Yeah.
I got a pocket full of rocks, got a pocket full of rocks, got a pocket full of rocks. I got a pocket full of rocks. Okay.
Ooh, a rock. You can never have too many rocks.
Ooh, look, a rock.
It's like a boulder.
Wyo's here. Hey, Wyo. Yep, thanks.
Yep.
Perfect.
David Dobbins.
Yeah, way to go, Wyo. All right, let's turn you around. Do the thing. Get the light down where it belongs. Get the rocks all lined up. Get the phone in the thing. Oops, it's wanting to fall out. Let's get it up in there. So we did the tumbler, one of the tumblers. And here's what we got. Yep, from the tumbler, Opal guy. Trying to get it good focus. There we go. I've heard it's hot in the south, Sharon, yeah. And Boot's here. Welcome. That's a heck of a package you sent to the bear there, Boot. Got us discussing some old coins. And I had to tell the bear that there's a coin with Apollo and he's sitting on a meteorite. Or at least I've been told it's a meteorite. And so we had to get into some discussions about Apollo and the navel stone that he is sitting on. And Bear let me know that the Greeks and the Romans were like all about meteorites. And here's a feldspar. See if we can get flashed. Are you flashy?
See if we could get flashed.
Oh, right there on that side, just a little bit. There's some flash. Anyway, Apollo, man. What an epic tale. Like, Apollo. I was telling my mom, I was like, yeah, and Apollo loved a tree because Cupid's a jerk. And she's like, what? She's like, tell me about it. I'm like, Apollo shot him with a love arrow and shot her with an anti-love arrow. And so she begged her dad to save her, and her dad turned her into a tree, and Apollo was like, I still love you. That's messed up, isn't it? So, yeah, sidetrack. I wanted to learn about Apollo's meteorite, and instead I learned about he loved a tree. Which, why not, man? Why not? That's cool, eh? These are all local rocks, stuff that I went out and collected. What is... Oh, it's a fading comment. I was like, there's a pink light. Where's that coming from? My screen's playing tricks on me. Could have been. Bear. Could be.
Could it be now?
He says maybe that piece of petrified wood was a piece of Apollo's lever. Could be. Yeah, so I'm actually kind of impressed with this load of rocks because this came out of that Nat Geo tumbler, and I blame it for being kind of rough on my rocks sometimes. For, you know, this one you can see just a little bit, it's a little bit beat up, but it didn't do too bad, really. Sorry, Boot. Kind of like that. I don't know what it is, but I kind of like it. Huh. Bummer, guys. I wonder why our chat's being so screwy. Everything's working good on my end. I'm still seeing our chat move. Yeah, you win some, you lose some in the tumble there, huh, Wyo? For sure. I like that. That turned out pretty. Yeah, like, if you do a good job on your tumbles, man, they sure do come out looking like candy. Here's another feldspar. There it is, being a little bit flashy there for us. Thank you, Wyo. Thanks, Andrew. Kind of cool bit in there. Yeah. Well, we're not done. We still got a bunch more that came out of that tumbler load. Oh, let's see. Where's the broken rock? Did we look at it already? Because a piece fell off of one in the tumble. I don't know. Yeah. There's still a few more of these to look at. And then we'll look at some of the fluorites. We got some new stuff that's still dirty even. Uh-oh. I plugged the dang phone in, but forgot about the tablets. And now I'm going to be behind on the chat for just a minute. Okay. Oh, wow. What you waiting for? Oh, you've got a vibe tumbler. Oh, jealous.
Aren't those the ones that just...
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Dude, that's pretty. Super pretty. Little weirdo. I like me a little weirdo. Mm-hmm. Interesting, Ryan. Interesting. I really like my Tumblebee. When it comes to tumblers, I run the Nat Geo and the Tumblebee, and I really like the Tumblebee. It's quiet. Ooh, that's pretty. Look at all the depth of color in there. Ooh, focus. Yep, that's a pretty one. Mm-hmm. There's a little wood. Is it or is it just, I don't know. It's cute. Are you flashy? I don't see any flash. Which, like, I can hardly doubt that I picked one of these up and put it in the tumbler if it wasn't flashy. So, curious. Oh, a little bit right there. Curious. This one will flashes, but where? Where's he flashy? There? No, ya no, ya no, ya no. What angle? What angle do you want to flash us at? Come on now. Guess not. Oh, you know what, son? I have that damn light on over my shoulder that I hate. It's actually okay. No, it's actually okay today. I've got enough other light that it's not too bad, but I know better. Oh, look at that little bean. Oh my goodness. Now he's flashy. Oh yeah. Hey there, Sandmaker. Is this plugged in?
Yeah. I was charging your phone earlier.
Oh, I thought so too, but like it,
Didn't just die again?
the Chromebook won't turn on. Maybe it's trying. I don't know. Will you come over and look at it, baby? Do I need to just be more patient? Oh, yeah, totally not plugged in. No wonder. Shh, it ain't working. There you go. Thank you.
How did your phone end up turning on?
I don't know. I was just persistent with it enough that it was like, all right, fine. I don't know. Okay, we're getting down to the last little handful. These are the ones that I always pick a couple out for me. So these are the PrairieRocks. These are the ones that'll go into my personal collection. Looking. Way to be awesome, Karen. Oop, my fingerprint's in the way. Cute little druzy in that one. I don't know why I decided I liked this one so much, but I kind of did. Kind of do. Yeah, you know. This one's pretty. Ooh, look at that pattern in the polish. Oh my pretty word. Whoa. That is so cool. The texture that the light reflects off there with the little circles and stuff. Thanks, Karen. Yeah, kind of a pretty little chunk there. This one's neat. Soul's in the house. Hey, Soul. That one's got a hole. That was a pretty good misprint there. Let's see if I got my password right. I usually don't on the first try because the buttons suck. Look, I think I did. Oh my God, I did. Kind of an odd duck there. So I had to keep that one to look at a little longer. I'm not super sure why this one got stuck in my keep pile. In fact, I think right now I'm gonna stick it over in the goes to the masses pile. Plumy little thing. Here's another little guy. missing so much of the chat. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Oh, moi, tell me about it. I've got a custom order I need to be working on too. In fact, I've been really hoping that let me turn this around while I say this because I'm so serious. I've been hoping that the weather would get nice so that I could put my rocks outside and cut some glass so that I wouldn't get glass all over the house. But guess what just happened anyway? There's glass all over the house. So I might as well just cut the jewelry. I might as well just cut it. Okay. Hey, Kaden, will you go see what Bees just took off a barking about?
Yep.
I mean, she's not overly serious about it, it doesn't sound like, but she did, in fact, go rough.
Come on, Bees.
All right, back to the rocks. There's glass all over my house anyway. Might as well go make the jewelry. Oh, you know.
Good girl.
I agree. I don't know what we're talking about in the chat, but definitely cut it. Like that spot right there. Ooh, that gets just juicy, doesn't it? Okay, 2 left. The last 2 are my favorites. Tell me that's not pretty, you guys. I mean, don't. You can tell me you think it's gorgeous if you really do, but I do. I think that's a darn pretty rock. That's a pretty prairie rock right there, you guys. Pretty, pretty, pretty. I also love this one. Kelsey! It is going to get nice in a couple of days. I pretty much decided I wasn't going to go do dino days if it was going to suck like this, and then it's supposed to get real, real nice. So now I don't know what I'm going to do. What am I going to do? All right, guys, this one's pretty bomb. This one is the bomb diggity. Anybody see a friend in there? Look, there's a friend right there. Maybe one right there. There's one on a side right there. I mean, there's a billion little friends in there, you guys. How many friends do you see? Tons of friends. Is that a big one on the end there? Big old crinoid. Ooh, look at that piece up there. So many teeny friends. And at a distance, this just looks like a brown rock that I ran through my tumbler. It's like, why? Why did you even choose that rock? But I'll be honest with you guys, there are some days when I feel like I can't pick up a jasper or a rock that looks like this that isn't full of these little fossils. Some days it's just like every single one of them. And how do you, I mean, you want to take them all home, but do you really want to take them all home? And they come in different colors. They're not all brown. Some of them are white. Some of them are clear, like completely agatized little shells and stuff. I know, I just heard the coffee pot gurgle. It makes me think I need to go fill up my cup up while everyone has a good look at that. Because it is kind of wild, huh? Very much like that. Very cool, Andrew. Snow, what's that? I thought it was all the beach sand. No, we definitely still had snow up here the other day, especially in the higher elevations. So when the kids went up and picked up that fluorite, it snowed up there. They were high enough up there that they were in the snow. So Kelsey changed her mind. She said something that didn't make sense to me, and then she maybe decided it didn't make sense to anybody. I'll be right back. I'm going to fill up my cup up. Oh, yeah, and then like I say, too, I mean, there's a slightly more brown piece, but it's just also chock full of friends. Brown, I mean black. But it's more like just crinoids, right? But, yeah, let me go grab another cup of Joe here, and I'll be right back, friends. Oh, yeah. Almost a full pot of coffee in here.
Can they hear you?
Maybe.
Maybe that's their sign to get coffee.
Oh, it's delicious. Yeah, very, very good. You grab the other two of those and bring them over?
Yep. So that's my purple?
Yep, please. Thank you. Oh, and I hate to leave everybody hanging for another few minutes, but I got up and moved around and decided that maybe I need a bio break. Both are very cool. Well, thank you very much. How about this one? Where's a good angle? There. I'll be right back. I gotta go take a bio break real quick. I'm missing all the chats.
Mwah.
Don't stop!
I stopped.
Why'd you stop?
Because you can't spoil them too much.
You can't get
They'll
them
want
all
more.
in one day. Gotta leave them a little thirsty, huh? All right, thanks for being patient, everybody. I know, don't stop. He said he's got to leave you guys a little thirsty, though. He can't just fill you up. He's got to leave you thirsting for more. See, and I kind of wondered if this was a lapis of some kind, but no, like I say, all of our research that we do points like definitively to fluorite. Like I say, though, I've never seen fluorite be kind of grainy. But when he cuts and polishes it, it does very much so get a smoother sort of appearance to it. And this is just the rough polish that he did. And he actually was like, no, I thought it looked good right there. And I was like, are you insane? Like, go for it, my guy. Run the other like 5 pads on it. Hey, Jeff, how are you today? Thanks for stopping in. I wish I had that rock. Yeah, Kelsey. It's beautiful, isn't it? And I can't believe that they only brought like 7 little pieces of this home. So yeah, this is the piece, like I say, that he cut and then polished on the coarse grit wheel. The coarse grit wheel. Like, he's got like 5 more wheels to go. Pads, whatever you want to call them. Grits. It's gorgeous. I can't wait for him to finish it, or I might have to finish it for him even, but I think it's kind of interesting, like the still limestoney kind of texture that's carrying throughout some of these rocks. Let's try it this way. Let's try. There we go. We need boulders of it, Prairie Kid. Pack a lunch.
Pack a lunch.
Oh, the young one tells the old one when they're up there too, because there is video of them collecting this. And I'm going to warn you guys right now. Yeah. The kid took the camera up and filmed this, and he filmed a lot of it in vertical rather than horizontal. So it's, I mean, I'm glad we have the footage, but I've told him 1,000 times, film in horizontal, not in vertical. And he was like, I know. I don't know why. I don't know why. He got all excited to show us everything he was seeing, and he totally forgot which way he was holding the camera counted or mattered at all. Like I say, at least he was excited to show us, and does take us along with him on his hike. But yeah, we're editing that video right now. So look, you have that to look forward to, guys. That's going to be coming out soon. He had kind of showed you guys on his quick little video, there's a puzzle rock. He thought just, you know, piece of this that broke, but I'm look how dark, look how dark it is. It's so pretty. Yeah, really cool stuff. Oh no. It's kind of like mine running out of storage. I do too. It's beautiful, isn't it, Bear? Al, how are ya? Jenny. Yeah, it's definitely interesting. This piece has got quite a bit of this white. Thank you, Bear, for flexing your wrench. Yeah, I mean, like I say, the only thing I could say is next time filming in horizontal mode and also bring back more rocks. They're like, but we were hiking. Oh, but come on. What's that weigh? 8 grams? 8 ounces maybe tops.
It's in my pocket.
In your pocket. Come on. I could carry that in my cheek. Just kidding.
Squirrel mode.
Squirrel mode, exactly. Just squirrel it on up in your cheek next time.
Nice.
Yeah, they did not bring a lot of that home. Here's the piece. He hand cut that too, by the way. No vise. He just hand eyeballed that little slice there. But yeah, in the film too, the youngest one, Trevin, you're a big strong man. Carry that on out of here. Only when he said that, he was talking about like a boulder size piece of it. Yeah, look how it almost is even like pink in here. It's so stinking cool. Like such a lighter colored piece. Like this one's so light versus that one is so dark. Yeah. Is it that time already? Is Josh up in Montana? I know that Jeff was just saying he's coming up. And he's coming up to meet Josh. Is that right? Oh, I wish I wasn't like 1,000 times more busy than I, really need to be. Because I'd head down and hang out. But I don't even know if I'm going to get the time off work to go to Dino Days this weekend. Oh, let's see what's in the weird stuff over here. We looked at some of that. Oh, look at all the glass in this. We got to be careful. We looked at some of that. And even some of this. Did we look at it close up? Probably not, because it's still filthy. Okay. Sure. Oh. Left you guys looking at a black screen. Sorry about that. Yeah, Dino Days. Yeah, they're going to have a Dinosaur Bone Festival. All things Dino Bone. Celebrated.
Dino Bone.
All things dinos celebrated. This one's weird. It's this weekend, Bear. It's this weekend. And I really want to go. And I thought about going to Vend. And then I thought about just going for my own personal enjoyment. But most of all, I want to go because Jack Horner, and you guys have most likely heard of him. And if you haven't heard of him, you are familiar with his work. I guarantee it. Jack Horner had a lot to do with the making of the Jurassic Park movie. And he is our #1 Montana paleontologist. He's out here in our Montana Badlands digging up T-Rexes and all kinds of really fascinating stuff. So I would actually really like to go over there and do an interview with Jack Horner for you guys. Just visit with him and see what he could tell us. He came and talked at his graduation up here way back when I was in school. And if I remember right, he's maybe not the most dazzling character, but how could you not be, how could you not want to scoop up every bit of information you can from him and his enthusiasm and passion for his work. So I would love that too. No promises, but I'd sure like to get over and get Jack Horner to say hi to you guys. So I don't know what that is, but I like it. I haven't washed any of these off, so dirty as they are, we're going to look at them. Look at this conglomerate. Again, dirty on the other side still, but I didn't know if we were going to be doing a rock washing video today where we just went through these and washed them. Or if we were going to be doing just the polished rocks video. But, you know, surprise, surprise, we got to look at some fluorite. I didn't know we were going to be doing that today. I mean, you just never know what's going to be going on out here on the prairie. So yeah, kind of a cool little conglomerate. I kind of couldn't leave him behind. Pudding stone. Again, you can pick it up, but you can't keep it, I think is what I told Grayson when I found that piece of petwood. I did too, wow. Especially a good one like that. Here's another piece of petwood. I actually felt like kind of a crap head. This was the last rock that Grayson and I picked up on our way out of our hike the other day. And I was like, oh, that's such a cool petwood. And I loved it. And I put it in my bag. And I was like, gosh, I'm not entirely sure that that's petwood. I was like, what if I just told that kid that that's petwood and it isn't? And now I feel like kind of a jerk. But I got it home. And you can clearly see the wood grain in that side over there. Again, it's dirty. I haven't washed it off yet. See if I can get in there and we can see that grain, hopefully. Oh, that did not help. Getting it wet did actually really not help. Oh, yeah, you can see the grain, though. You can see the wood grain in there. Especially up at the top where it's not super filthy. But yeah, I hesitated for just a second. I was like, eek! I feel like kind of a jerk because he found a piece. Grayson found a piece that matched up to this. And I was like, seriously, what if I just told that kid that's petwood? And it's not. But it definitely is. It's just like super jasperized and a little bit agatized in here in this kind of middle part. But yeah, like I say, I cringed just a little bit thinking that maybe I'd misled a child, which I don't do unless I'm doing it on purpose and sarcastically. Just so you know. All right, here's a weird one. I wasn't entirely sure that we weren't having some like critter action, some fossil stuff maybe happening in here. So I just picked that one up for a little closer examination. Again, it's not even cleaned off yet, so I don't really know what we're looking at. We know what we're looking at there, though, don't we? And that one was just laying right on top. Yeah, me neither, Sandmaker. Don't know what kind of petwood that is. Yeah, nice little self-standing little fossil guy. And my favorite find was probably from the day before. And is this petwood. Jealous, Sharon. I've heard that there are some places here where there's just arrowheads all over the ground. Actually, get little gnat fly. There's a guy here, he's about my age, he owns quite a bit of property out here, quite a bit of land, and he has said that it's somewhere on his property there's some arrowheads, and he said, you know, come on out and look, but I've never made arrangements with him to do that, and I would need to because I don't know where he's exactly where he's talking about, but I would like to do that someday. I also have been invited up to the hills, kind of where the kids were, a little farther north though, to do some like peacock gold panning. See, Karen, thanks for stopping in. Josh is here. Did I miss Josh? I did. Hey, Josh, are you in Montucky? Now would be a good time for you to bow, wow, 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 on that little jaw harp. Hey, Josh, are you in Montucky? Hang on. Hey, Josh, are you in Montucky? Really, Bear? I'd like to see that. You'll have to send me a picture. Yeah, Andrew. I think you might be a little far behind, but yeah, for sure. I mean, I've got all kinds of plans. It's just that I haven't figured out yet how to be in 6 places at one time. When I get that figured out, I'll take over the world. Oh, so, you know. A couple of my more favorite finds there. I mean, I found some weird ones. There's a nice one out of the tumbler if we want to just kind of recap here. The kids been playing with some of that gorgeous, 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 gorgeous fluorites. I mean, that's some pretty rocks out on the prairie, you guys. Not bad for, you know, considering the wild week we've had. You know, the kids went up on a hike that's not for old people. That's why I didn't go with them. It's because I'm smarter than that now. I'm like, here, take my camera. Bring me back rocks and footage. I mean, why else did I have children? I mean, you obviously aren't good at house chores. At least I could send you up the mountain and do my grunt work for rocks. So, hey, I love you. I'm kidding. See, again, I don't mislead or lie to children unless I'm doing so sarcastically. And anyway, yeah, it's been a really wild week over here, but look at some of the, you know, some of the output of that right there in front of us. It's pretty rocks on the prairie, for sure. For sure. Again, do we get the greatest rocks out here? No. Do we get Yellowstone agates and, you know, no, we don't. But look at the tiny little fossils we get and some of the beautiful fluorites and different varieties of pet woods. You know, it's just, again, the greatest fossils? Heck no, definitely not. There's nicer ones to be found out there. But you know what? For a couple of days out in our backyard, that's not bad. That's really not bad. I'm totally impressed and thrilled and delighted. In fact, there's a song that I've been listening to lately, and the words say, oh gosh, how do the words go? Everything is... Everything is good and everything is so beautiful that it makes me want to cry. So I'll go out howling at the moon tonight, he says. But yeah, that one little line there, I'm like, dude, you know, that if that isn't the truth of it, like, I mean, it doesn't exactly right move me to tears, but there are some times when I sit back and I take it all in and I'm like, dang, you know, like, yeah, life is a little rough, you know, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. I had all that finished product sitting on the fireplace and we literally blew it up with a bomb, with a spray paint can bomb. 1 step forward, 2 steps back, but still life is absolutely beautiful. And it's almost so darn beautiful that if you sit back and let yourself realize it, that it is about enough to make you want to cry. So nothing wrong with a little happy cry from time to time. But yeah, woofda. We're lucky, aren't we? 5 boxes with arrowheads. Working on a 6th box of arrowheads now. Whew. Sharon.
How many arrowheads per box?
Yeah, how many per box? We're curious to know. Coffee is so good. So good. Yeah. I mean, again, would this be everybody's, woohoo? Maybe not. Maybe not, but it sure is mine, you guys. Sure makes me happy. Again, I really just want to be left the heck alone and so I can play with my rocks, right? Like, the old work gets in the way of playing with rocks, and if I could just do that all day, every day, I'd be happy, happy, happy. Oh, yes. Thanks, Wow. But yeah, we got some work to do. We got to finish polishing the fluorite that the kid cut, because it deserves it. It deserves to be taken to a fine polish. That rough polish just is not doing it justice. And I'm excited to see it. It is smooth, sweetie. I know it's even so smooth that I watched it repel water on your video, but I'm telling you, you've got numerous pads to go, and it deserves it. It deserves it. It'll be so stinking pretty when it shines like it's wet. Yeah, I mean, I'm plumb tickled. Plumb tickled, you guys. Like, honestly. And then again, part of the joy of all of this is getting to share it with all of you. And, yeah, I always look forward to our Wednesday hangouts and Friday nights and lives with bears. It was an awesome live that Bear did. If you haven't watched it, be sure to go check it out. I'm pretty sure, though, I saw most of all y'all there. Hell with work. Rock hunting is more important. Yeah. Someone's got to pay their bills, though. Oh, cool. Cool, Boot. Yeah, I find a bunch of that out here. I honestly don't pick a lot of it up. Quartz either. I don't pick a lot of quartz up, although I've been trying to tell myself lately that they are really pretty in the tumbler, and I should pick a few more of them up. Yeah, so, work to do on myself there. And I really, really want to get that wood cut that's in that saw, but I had to do a little cleanup. Cleanup on aisle 5. Oh, well, why, bless your heart, I can't say that I haven't had my own medical issues that I've needed care through, and that, it could be any one of us next. So thank you for caring for your friend with medical issues. And if it's me next, then thank you, whoever. Yeah, bless your heart. So what else? What's everybody been up to? Karen went and hung out with her brother, and that's why we had the Bearstein Bear the other night, which was a great trade. I mean, if I had to pick one or the other, it'd be really hard to pick, so I'm glad that I didn't have to choose. I just was presented with the luxury of the bear when it wasn't the Karen, so that was cool. Yeah, the video coming out with the kids up in the hills. I'm excited to finish that video and get that out for you. What else is going on? If I'm not over at Dino Days this weekend, then I will be here for Karen's live, but I may be overdoing some filming this weekend. We'll see. Oh, Bear says he apologizes for all the sniffles and snuffles and stuff, that he just wasn't sounding super well, and he didn't realize it until he watched his 3.5-hour live back and was like, oh no, I sound sick and disgusting. Nah. Crap happens, Bear. I've heard worse, if it makes you feel any better. And I'm being honest, I've heard worse. See, and Wa didn't even notice. I honestly didn't either until you pointed it out. So maybe once or twice, but you know what? No big deal. I know. And we're glad you did, sick or not. I've gotten on just plumb ill and been like, I need you guys as my medicine today. You guys are my good medicine today. And I was like, I looked like I was sick, even face all swelled up and stuff. But sometimes it's just good medicine. Even if you're not all 100% well, it's good to get with your friends and hang out. It's all good, Bear. It's all good. We do accept your apology and don't feel bad. And Daniel's swinging in for the final countdown here. Hey, Daniel. Hope you're having an awesome hump day. We've made it halfway through the week. The kids didn't burn the house down. Just detonated a bomb in the living room. They also went up to went up on the young people's hike. A hike not for old folks. And yeah, lots going on. No music this weekend, but there is the following weekend, and I think the weekend after that and stuff. And so it may be missing a few of Karen's lives here in the future. But then, because our guitar player is a farmer, he's like, I got to take some time off after that and farm. So that'll send us back into a regular schedule for just, I think about 4 weeks. And then we get back at music again. So, but yeah, my poor bass took a splashing of clear coat. There's clear coat all the way over here. It's on my desk. It's on this wood table over here. Unfortunately, it got on my meteorites. I had a couple of meteorites sitting out, including, and this is so sad, you guys, like some of my nicer ones, I had them out because I was doing a recording for Topher Spin. And they got spray paint all over the case. Do you see the spray paint on the outside of the case? Again, I keep saying, thank God it's clear coat, but it's literally all over everything I own. Everything I own. You can feel it. It's just, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. I don't know what I'm going to do. Except just laugh, because if I don't laugh, I might cry. Nah. I won't. I'm over it. I'm glad everyone's okay. So, glad you're feeling better, Bear. Really glad. Really glad. It's been kind of a rough year for me up here. I've been sick like every couple weeks, it seemed like. I've been all right now for a minute, which is a nice change. But yeah, seems like every couple weeks there it was bad. What's
up, Beezers?
Oh, there's the dog. Yeah, so what do we know? Other than that, I think that catches us all up. We'll try to get out. Oh, I've got packages I'm trying to get out today too. Ooh. Our post office runs on very limited hours. Everything in this town runs on very limited hours. I might not make the post office today. Again, damn it. I want to get Karen's package out, and I got one for Bear, too. Oh, what do you do, guys? Yeah, so oh, and I'm itchy. I'm itchy because I got sunburned when I was out with Grayson, and now I'm like under, 3 shirts, two hoodies, and a house coat all day trying to itch my sunburn, and I can't get through. I'm like trying to get through all the layers so I can itch my sunburn. Oh, I hope that wasn't our one day of summer. Oh, and it's Juneteenth today, by the way. Did everybody know that? Cheers. It's Juneteenth today. May you all have a fantastic Juneteenth. I don't know what Juneteenth is.
I don't know.
Except a day off for people who work at banks and stuff. So honestly, the post office might not even be open today. It's Juneteenth. Shit. Oh. No work because Juneteenth. Exactly. Yay, Juneteenth! Yeah, I took the day off too, but it wasn't because it was Juneteenth. It was just because it was Wednesday. So. Oh my gosh, I'm so itchy, Bear. The plumber mosquito bit me right on the butt crack, and then I sunburnt it, and now it's itchy. I'm itchy. Oh, mosquito bites and sunburns, yep. So Bear and I were joking. We were like, you know, we need to make a rock hounding sticker. I don't know if it's going to be an actual sticker of someone's butt sticking up in the air or if it just is a sticker that says asses in the air. But we need to make a rock hounding sticker because that is, I mean, as soon as you see someone, it doesn't matter how far away, if you see them bent over with their ass in the air, you know what they're doing. They're rock hounding, right? And then my mom calls that sunburn you get. I'm going to try not to show everybody my underwear and my butt, but that sunburn you get across your back when your shirt blows up, my mom calls that the gardener sunburn. And I'm like, no, that is the rock hounder's sunburn. And maybe we need to make that a sticker too, like just one like hot sunburnt little strip across your lower back.
Get a tattoo.
No. But yeah, I got just that little strip burn down there, and then my shoulders and the backs of my arms got hit pretty hard with the sun that day too. So, not to mention the mosquito bites. Yeah, I got one up here even. They're biting my face. Yeah, isn't that disgusting? Kinky, dirty little mosquitoes getting their little faces right in your butt crack. That's disgusting, huh?
Disgusting.
Yeah, disgusting. Juneteenth should happen each and every month, at least twice a month. Sharon, I agree, but it can't always be on a Wednesday, okay? Got to put it like on a Monday would be great. Mondays suck. Saturday. Can I have Saturday off? Saturdays are miserable for me too. Mondays and Saturdays. Of this sun god, right? No kidding, right? No kidding. Yeah, I got to learn more about... Oh, I learned a lesson the other night, and I'll share this with you. Because, again, I told Bear, I was like, I've been told that this coin is Apollo sitting on a meteorite. And he's like, you know, Apollo did more than just sit on meteorites. So I had to learn, right? I had to look into it because I feel like I should know more. Like I say, I learned quite a bit about Apollo. He was kind of a brutal bastard. Excuse my language. He was, though. And it's kind of fascinating. But I was like, okay... But they didn't say much about Apollo's rock collection, and I'd sure like to know what kind of rocks the Greeks and Romans were hanging on to, right? That's the part I'm interested in. Both parts are interesting, but that's the part I'm focused on. Just trust me. Trust me. Do not, Chris, that's cool. Do not search ancient Greek navel stone, because it doesn't matter if you put Apollo's navel stone, ancient Greek, ancient Roman, anything. If you put navel stone in your search bar on Google, you can't undo that to yourself. Just use your imagination. What came up in my search was not meteorites and rocks. I mean, it might have been rocks, but like, you can't undo that. You can't unknow what I know now. And don't search navel stone on Google. Don't do it. Unless you're into like what's coming out of dudes' belly buttons, then go for it. I'm not into it. And I can't unknow. I'm not into it. And yet Google took me there. Thanks, Google. Don't do it, Boot. Don't do it. I'm telling you, don't do it. So if anybody has any information on Apollo's navel stone without the help of Google, oh, send me a link. Just tell me, like, send me a voice message or something so that I don't have to go there again. I'm scarred. I'm emotionally scarred. I'm visually and emotionally scarred. Oh. You know what? I mean, hey, to each his own. I would try goddess navel stone. You know, Boot, that might be slightly more pleasurable. Maybe if you're lucky, more informative. Do you? Thank you, Bear. Tell me what you know. I just want to know about the rocks. I mean, like I say, great epic tales. Like Apollo skinned a dude alive. That's brutal. But he also worshipped a meteorite, and that shit I can get behind. I can get behind a people and a culture, or even a single individual who like worships meteorites. That's right up my alley. I'm into that. So, yeah, I left the quotes out, but still got, I got stuff. Birds gone wild in my house. Getting dive bombed. Really? Wow. Fascinating. Yeah, the Apollo coin. Okay.
Okay.
Wondering how the easiest way to show you that is. That didn't do it. To open a new tab here. Actually, there's a bunch, and I didn't know that there were a bunch until Bear sent me a bunch. He was like, did you know that there, like, all kinds of coins have meteorites on them? All kinds of ancient coins have meteorites on them. And I was like, I did not know. I knew about like 2 of them. Here's the one that I like, though. Oh, that's not either. That's the silver version, isn't it? It doesn't matter. You get the idea. See? He's sitting on a meteorite. See? That's kind of cool, isn't it? I'd like to have one of those someday. And they're not overly expensive. In fact, that was in the Meteorite Times magazine, that coin picture was. Like I say, it's not a completely foreign thing for meteorite collectors to have some. They kind of merge the 2 worlds, meteorites and coins sometimes. Barrett pointed out, you know, there's a modern meteorite coin where they actually take U.S. minted coins and put little tiny pieces of meteorites in them. And I'm just not as fascinated by that as I am some of the more ancient coins. And I told Bear, I was like, and thank goodness for that, because I just don't need anything else to collect. I don't need more collections. So, but yeah, I think maybe one of those older ancient coins might be kind of cool to have, you know. And like I say, they're affordable, especially when they're in really rough shape, which I don't care. I just want to be able to, I don't even care if like the whole face side of the coin is just completely gone and the whole like top half of the coin is gone. If all I could see was Apollo's ass and the meteorite, that's all I want. I just want to see the rock. So I could probably get myself one of those between like $8 and $20. They're really not expensive. Just finding one where you can actually see the meteorite is what I'm after. But again, Bear sent me a whole file, like all kinds of coins that depict the meteorite, the ancient meteorites on them. So again, I think that's fascinating. Like there were a whole freaking bunch of people that worship meteorites. Like, take me to your leader. There's such a thing as that too, Jeff. There are actually coins struck out of meteorite metal. Yeah. So, again, I'm not as fascinated in all avenues of that. Thank God, because I don't need any more things to be collecting and loving. But I have kind of had my heart set on one of those for a while now. So, one day. But yeah, again, bringing it up again with Bear the other day, it just kind of re-sparked my curiosity in that. And then like he was kind of poking at me, there's more to know. And I was like, there is more to know. And he wasn't actually, like I say, poking directly at the information that I want to know, but he was like, it's kind of a neat page in history. And I feel like I'm doing myself a disjustice by not learning more about that. We had a guest speaker on Topher Spin Meteorites one time, and he admitted, I'm not a religious person, but I think I should be open-minded to religion, especially when I'm talking about knowing things about meteorites. And I thought he made a really good point. I'll try to sum this up in a cute little package. I thought he made a really good point that oftentimes when you're reading, old religious texts and things, they don't know how to explain what they saw other than a religious happening. They didn't have the science to back it up. And so a lot of times if you read some of those old writings with a more open mind and not be, again, if you cringe at like, ooh, religion, not for me, or like, ooh, ancient Greek mythology, not for me, then you're missing out on that whole chapter that, let your own ideas go for just a minute and educate yourself on these things, because you might be missing something really kind of cool. So I was like, I bookmarked that little chapter and kind of set it aside and stuff. And then, Bear had that handful of coins on his live the other day. And I was like, let's open that chapter back up and get in there. Let's get in there. Because I think I'm doing myself a disjustice by not familiarizing myself with some of their stories and their ideas, and especially about their rocks and meteorites. If Apollo's going to sit on one and it's going to be that freaking special, they're going to build it a little cart and a carriage and carry it around and stuff. Like, I got to know more about this. So, yeah, there's my rant. There's my rant for the day, because I haven't had a good tyrant in a long time, good rant in a long time. Oh, absolutely right, Bear. Right, for sure. Yeah, you can't, like I say, don't get too terrible a taste about a topic just because it's not something you thought you were maybe supported or were interested in. Again, learning about it doesn't mean you support it. But yeah, it's got me right now. I'm like, I gotta know more about it. I gotta know more about the rock collections of the ancient Greek and Romans, man, because there may be some super stellar stuff there. Yeah. Oh, yes, Wyo, you do. You're missing out. There was some super cool stuff. He did 3 packages in that video. He did one from Rufo, one from Jackie, and one from Boot. And there was some really dang nice stuff in there. Like, Boot sent some cool stuff, some coins and stuff. And then Jackie, nailed it with the blue rocks and, super fascinating, beautiful rocks. Like, her rocks were out, good one. And then Rufo had some really cool little, slab pieces and stuff that, and he's like, I was like, aha, Rufo sent you work. Because he's like, I challenge you. We all have the same piece, and we're going to see what we can do with it. I was like, that's cool, but... haha, Rufo sent you work. Yeah, I love this rock group. I love this community. It's always so fun to see that stuff going around and around. I'm honestly kind of jealous. I think that Kyle got the best rock hounding name in the world of rock hounds. Pretty much sums it up. Jealous. That was a good one. Level up, plus 10 points for that. Oh, wow, I've been there. Lately. I have definitely been there. So, you're not missing out, though. You just, got different things going on. Maybe we're missing out. Maybe your life is more interesting than what's been happening on the interweb. You guys are the bees knees. You guys are so cool. Speaking of bees, do you have knees? You do? You got 4 of them, don't you? Beezers. Oh, beezers. Come here. Come and say hi. Come here. Come on, old dog. Get up here. Oh, you old thing, you. You old thing, you. You guys want to see my bees, dog? She's like, I'm camera shy, guys. No. No. I get a little bit sad because I think this might be about her last rock hounding season with us. She's getting pretty blind. She's getting pretty gray. She's got some pretty bad cancer bumps that are getting pretty bad. We've had them removed and they came back, and it just was an awful surgery for her. And I don't know if she'll do it again. But yeah, she's getting old. She's going to be real hard to replace because she's a darn good dog. So, but yeah. You're an amazing human, Chris. Ooh, the bear, the bear, the bear. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Oh, wow, it's okay. It's okay. She's had a good run. She really has. She's had a good run. But yeah, she's getting older. She's having a hard time. She's having a hard time getting in and out of the truck because she can't see very good. And so I've had to help her a little, which, you know, no big deal. Give her a little help. But yeah, you can see her getting all stiff and stuff. She really still loves to go for a rock walk, but you can tell it's getting her stiff and stuff later. And it's all right. It's all right. I have a soft spot for animals too, but I know going into it that I will probably outlive my dog. So that's the only thing that dogs do wrong, is they don't live long enough. So yeah. All our fur babies, right? They're all good stuff. So yeah, I mean, yeah, for a real while, the only thing our fur babies do wrong is they just don't live long enough. Other than that, they're perfect. The little angels, right? Right. Right. Oh, yeah, Jeff. You know, you've got like 6 of them. Oh. You know, and when you've got that kind of attitude about it, it sucks when you lose your dog or your pet. It really does. But you know, you've given them a good life. What is there to be sad about? You know, I got to tell you guys too, things that you can only do in a small town for $100, please. How about launch someone out of a cannon? Okay, so this happened the other day. I'm at work. And there's a funeral service happening in town, and so there's a lot of people who don't live here, maybe are from here but don't currently live here, and they're here for this service. And it's like an all-day event. They meet up at the parish hall or whatever it is for coffee and cookies and gather for, you know, stories, and, you know, it's a celebration of life, right? And this is how I want to go out. I just want you guys to know this. I want you to celebrate my damn life when I'm gone. Don't cry. Just be happy that you got to know me, right? Anyway, so they have their cookies and stuff, and then they went out to the cemetery and they sprinkled some ashes with her parents, you know, put her with her parents out at the cemetery. And then they came back in and they had some more drinks and things and whatnot. Yeah, wait, what? I'm serious, Andrew. And then they went up to Sweetgrass and did the same thing, put a little bit of her out at the Sweetgrass Cemetery, blah, 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 blah. And went and, you know, had some more drinks and gathered up and stuff later in the afternoon. So they're in and out of the store all day, in between some of these little events that they're having to celebrate this individual's life. And I ask this group of people, I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't know how to say this and sound respectful, but I'm just going to say it. Have you shot her out of the cannon yet? And they're like, oh, no. That's totally respectful. I mean, and they were like, no, we haven't. We're getting ready to head up right now up to go do that. And so literally, excuse me, they are going to take some of her ashes, and they have a little homemade like bowling ball cannon. I mean, this cannon is no joke. It's kind of a big thing, you know. And they literally blasted her ashes out into the wind out of a cannon. Like, fuck yeah. out with a bang, man. That's living, dude. That's living. Oh, yeah, exactly. So I thought that was the coolest. I was like, dude, yeah, for real. For real. Yeah. I mean, the only reason why we're sad when somebody's gone, our pets or whatever are gone, is for our own jealous reasons, our own greedy reasons, because we want more and we'll miss them, right? That's not a universal feeling, I don't believe. I believe that when you're gone, that you don't have that same, you know. I think you know, it's a free thing, you know. You're on the other side. You're born of dust and dirt, and you go back to dust and dirt, and you become, you know, that universal vibration. You harmony. That's my explanation. So shoot me out of a damn cannon. Hell yeah! I've always wanted to be eaten. And you know, they frown upon that. They're like, you can't just leave a corpse out in the field and be eaten. That's like kind of against the law, right? So, choice number 2. Shoot me out of a cannon. Oh. Yeah, things you can only do in a small town for $100, please. I'm going to try to say this with all respect. Have you shot her out of the cannon yet? How do you go about that tactfully? Oh, yep. Aw, Sharon. Yeah. I lost my dog and my dad at kind of the same time. That was kind of rough. And that's happened to more friends than I can count, where they've kind of done the duo, a parent and a pet at the same time. So, boy, I'm telling you, man, life can, it can pile up on you in a heck of a hurry sometimes, but try to stay on the bright side. I know, I don't think I'm fancy enough for that, Jeff. I don't think I'm rich enough to be flown into space or landed on the moon. Although, I mean, if it gets popular before I die, maybe they could launch my ass all the way out into space. That would be super, super duper cool. How could little bits of me could come back in as shooting stars? That'd be cool. I want to get mummified on an icy peak for someone to find in 2,000 years. Heck yeah, boot. I mean, if you could turn me into gem bone, that'd be kind of cool too, you know. I'd turn into a fossil if I could. I mean, but conditions have got to be just right for that. It's pretty easy to launch someone out of a cannon. Hey, Cynthia, how are you? We're having some dark conversations here, so welcome. I actually have heard about that, Cynthia, and I've thought about volunteering myself for that. Get a big enough cannon in space, here I come. I agree. Maybe, Bear. Maybe. I could immortalize the rock counting pose. Be mummified in the rock counting pose. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, moi. Yeah. Jules. Jules, the latest witnessed fall. Hell yeah, Jules. With a petrified Woody. Boots. Shame on you. Oh, when your Wednesdays take a real left turn and you wind up having this conversation live. Oh, God, you guys are great. You guys are great. Whew. Yep. And yeah, welcome, Jules. Okay, now my battery's gonna die over here. We've had 3 dead batteries in this thing. At least nothing exploded. on accidentally anyway. I mean, oh, yeah, no one's leaving. True. True. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. All right, guys, let's just sing the song and leave while we're all smiling about dark, morbid thoughts. I mean, why not? Yes, let's see. Let's find a pink one. Here's a pink one. I don't see anything green. Here, blue? Do I have a blue one? You know. Oh, I thought there was something kind of blue here, but I don't see anything. Whew, I'm okay. Oh, you guys are great. And a green one, and a blue one, and a yellow one. Here's a yellow one. Okay, I got pink and yellow. We'll go with that. Yeah, some super cool stuff. I mean, let's go back. We got fluorite, we had polished rocks, we had tumbled rocks, we took a kid on a rock walk. It's been a heck of a week. We blew up a bomb in the house accidentally. So, yeah. Someone start the song. No kidding, Sharon. Whew. Pretty rocks out on the prairie. Will you ding-a-ding-a with us? Pretty rocks are, baby, come on, everywhere. Pretty rocks for us to look at. Pretty rocks are everywhere. There's a pink one and a green one and a blue one and a yellow one. And they all are very pretty and they all are everywhere. Yay! Thanks for watching, guys. Come on back next week for more fun. In the meantime, you guys have a great rest of your week. Hope I put a smile on your face. And in a world where you could choose to be anything, choose to be kind. Love you guys. See you soon.